Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another Wolf of Bricks update. Once again, I am Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So before we get into the main topic today, just want to go over the Wolf of Bricks Facebook page. I just posted right before this recording a YouTube/podcast that I did with the Flipping Accountant. I'm not exaggerating. It's probably the most fun I ever had on one of these, and I've had maybe a dozen of these already. I had quite a few sips of Knob Creek bourbon, and I probably said a few things that I shouldn't have said in regards to information that are key to resellers. These are things that I kind of like to keep close to my pocket, but nonetheless, that's okay. It is now on the internet, and there's no going back. So if this is something that interests you, please feel free to go ahead and check out the Wolf of Bricks Facebook page. And also, I was trying to avoid talking about this, but there were so many emails after the Flipping Accountant's live chat on YouTube, I figured I would just go ahead and talk about it. The Patreon is closed. However, and I'm going to be honest, I planned on having that closed for the rest of the year. I wasn't going to open it up till January. But I am going to open it the moment that I upload this video and it goes live. I'm only going to keep the Patreon open for 3 days, and both tiers will be open. So if this is something you're interested in before the end of the year, you know, now's the time to do it. I'm certainly not going to open it up any other time by the end of the year. And this is probably the time that you would be able to get the most out of it, because we're right in the middle of Q4, about to be. So, you know, this is good information, and there's a lot of stuff that will be put out as we get closer to Black Friday. So the topic today is similar to a video I did maybe 6 or 9 months ago on another YouTube channel. And we're going to talk about how to raise capital and to take advantage of raising capital and really, you know, get free money. There's a patent attorney that I knew maybe 12 years ago. And he said to me, the best way to make money is to do it in your sleep. And I've never forgotten that. Now, we won't be making money in our sleep because there will be a little bit of work. But at the end, it's practically free money. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and find ways to finance buying Lego. Why are we going to do this? Well, because we're able to increase our inventory so we can have more inventory for Q4 2022. And this honestly is the time to do it. Right now, we're not in the middle of September, we're at the beginning of September, and you know, we're right next to Q4. So if you were to open up, and I've talked about this before, a 0% credit card that is good for 15 or 18 months, this might be an opportunity that you should consider. Now, before we get into that, you know, I must say this is something that I definitely do not recommend for everybody. Honestly, I would recommend this for people that already know that they're going to make maybe $15,000 this Q4 or the following Q4. If you know for certain that that's the amount of money you're going to make, at least the bare minimum, then you may want to consider this. This is something I've done many times in the past. This is something that I think I'm currently doing. I have I have to look at my Excel spreadsheet, but I think there's 1 or 2 credit cards right now that I have at 0% interest, and that money is due in December, and I have no problem that I'm going to make it. So let's go over some of the credit cards that are available. Now, real quick, I want everybody to know this is not any type of affiliate marketing gimmick. All I did was I typed in 0% credit cards in Google, and I think I clicked the first link. And if you were to do that, you would see the same thing. I have some of these credit cards, and if you've seen the prior video that I did 6 or 9 months ago, you'll know that all I'm going to do is speak to them, and you know, there might be something that interests you. So let's get into it. So the City Diamond Preferred, right? 0% APR for 18 months. That is something that you might be interested in. Now, the thing about it is you really don't know how much of line of credit you get. I know somebody that recently got $15,000 line of credit. I know for myself, I only got $2,500 line of credit. I have 3 Citi credit cards. I think maybe one time I got 3,000, 0% APR for 15 or 18 months. But that's it. So that's something that you may want to, take a look at. Capital One. It wasn't the Quicksilver card, it was the blue card. They didn't even flinch. They gave me 10 grand, 0% APR. I think it was for 12 months. This offer is good for 15. And here's the thing, right? During COVID, banks were tight. I mean, I had a Wells Fargo credit card many years ago, and my credit score was somewhere around 700, right? And going into COVID, I had a 750 score when it comes to my credit score. And Capital One, they only gave me 2,500. So it all depends what's going on in the world. I have talked to a few people, and they've said that they have recently got 10 and 15,000. So, and that's good for them. And the good thing about this is, if you were to do this now, you will be overlapping 2 Q4s, right? So it's not like you need to have any stress or anxiety that I have 1 Q4 to pay this off. You will, in theory, have 2 Q4s. Another reason why you might consider doing this is if you look at my last video, which talks about the looming toy shortage that's probably going to happen for Q4. I mean, this gives you an opportunity to buy stuff now for Q4 2022 versus November and December, whenever you needed to maybe get some extra capital from your Q4 sales to buy inventory for Q4 22. I hope this doesn't make your head spin. It almost makes my head spin. But these are things that you need to keep track of and, plan accordingly. And this might be good. This might be an advantage or an extra edge that you didn't have all the other years that you were reselling. So let's just briefly continue this. Bank of America, honestly, I wouldn't get Bank of America only if you absolutely needed to. They're very stingy with their money. I think they've only given me $2,500 or $5,000, and we're looking for the banks that love giving money away, right? So I would avoid Bank of America. Wells Fargo, love the Wells Fargo. Their CashWise card, they gave me, I can't remember. I want to say 10 or 12,000. Not exactly sure. Citi, we already talked about Citi. I have almost all those Citi cards that you just saw. Have the Wells Fargo Platinum. They only gave me $1,000, which I thought was strange, right? I had the Wells Fargo CashWise card. They gave me $10,000, but on the Platinum they only gave me $1,000. What's going on with that? So, you could go ahead and do your own due diligence, and I'm serious. Do your own due diligence on here. Just, Google 0% APR credit cards. There's not going to be a link below to this webpage because, again, this isn't any type of affiliate marketing gimmick or anything like that. I just wanted to go over certain things that I've done in the past. All right, now let's say you have that $15,000, right? You were approved for $15,000 line of credit, and good for you. You've earned it. You probably have a high credit score, so this is something that you can do. So let's go to the Excel. So here we go. We have our Lego sets, and here's the thing, folks. I thought about putting Lego sets here, my picks. If you've been watching my videos for some time, 3, 6, 9 months, you should be able to do your own due diligence and put this stuff in here. So what I did was I just entered 5 phantom Lego sets into the Microsoft Excel, and in this simulation, I'm willing to spend $3,000 each, which of course gets you up to $15,000. So for Amazon, we're going to go ahead and assume that we get 150% return on investment come Q4 2022, right? Now, in another YouTube channel, I did my best and worst return on investments. My worst return on investment was, I believe, 111% ROI, and my best return on investment was over 400%. So I kind of, even if I have 150%, I think that's being very conservative for myself. You need to judge on, what you think your return on investment is on your own, and of course plan accordingly. So this is what I have for Amazon. For eBay, I have 100% return on investment. Everybody should know why, because the prices on Amazon are higher. I do believe in the next couple of years that eBay prices will become more competitive with Amazon because eBay's doing that 1099K with $600 very soon. I haven't done any commentary on that, but that's pretty much all I'm going to say. I think that the eBay prices will be very competitive with Amazon in the near future. So when we see the return on investment percentages, right, we could see that we sold 37.5 grand on Amazon. Good for us, right? And on eBay, we sold $30,000, which is great. We were approved for a 15,000 0% credit card for 18 months. This is wonderful. Now, of course, there are fees and we have to pay that credit card back, right? So when we go ahead and we enter the fees and paying off the credit card, you'll see, and of course, this is a rough estimation, right? This isn't going to be exact, but I would definitely say that this would be plus or minus somewhere around $725. So after the fees for Amazon and eBay, and then you pay off, of course, that $15,000, which is what you want to do. And of course, you will have to make the minimum payment every month for those 18 months or 15 months or whatever. So that's something else you need to plan accordingly. But at the end of the day, you will have essentially free cash. Your take home on Amazon will be $11,250. And your take home on eBay, if you go that route, will be $10,500. Now, here's the thing. Credit card companies love giving you credit cards, right? But they're not necessarily a fan of you kind of taking advantage of them. So I don't know how many credit cards I have. I would say maybe I have 15 that are solely dedicated to Lego, right? And I would say over the years, I've had maybe 6 of those automatically canceled. And the first time for me that happened, I got scared because I was like, oh my gosh, did I forget a payment? What happened? And so I called the 800 number. I'm like, what's going on? What did I do wrong? And the lady, you know, she didn't have an attitude, but she wasn't as friendly. And, you know, she said, well, you know, we canceled your card because of the behavior that you were, you know, taking with these credit cards. And I kind of laughed. And I was like, oh, I guess you're canceling my credit card because I got you, right? So, you know, essentially it kind of is free money. And this, you know, is something that you could do every other year and it compounds, right? So, you know, you could do this one year and it could be 11,250. You do it another year, you take that times 2. And, you know, if you do this over the course of 10 years, I mean, that's an easy extra $55,000 you made if you went ahead and took advantage of this. That's it, my friends. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with Wolf of Bricks. Always go out there and get it.